it's Rhoda here, and I'm going to do another cinema showcase video for you. Sorry it's so dark, it's 20 past 7 at night, so I'm basically just getting the light from the street lights. So what are we going to see, Mum?
Gone Girl.
Yes, we're going to see Gone Girl, which is a movie that's getting really good reviews from everyone that I know that's been to see it, which is surprising considering it's got Ben Affleck in one of the lead roles.
I like Ben Affleck.
Oh, she likes Ben Affleck apparently. It also has Rosamund Pike in it. I really like her. She's been in quite a lot of films recently. She has been in Hector and the Search for Happiness, and I thought she really played her character really well in that film, even though I didn't really like it. And also I recently seen her in What We Did on Our Holidays, which was a really good movie, really funny. When I was watching it, I thought this kind of reminds me of Outnumbered, the TV show, and I recently just found out that that's probably because it's produced or written by the people that did Outnumbered, so that'll be why. So this movie, I don't really know too much about it apart from it's based on a book which I haven't read, but from the trailers I think it's going to be about a couple and the wife goes missing and ends up murdered, and I think from the husband's reaction they start to think that he's did it, so it's kind of like a twist on the missing person story. So I'm thinking it'll be quite good, and I thought my mum would like it too because she likes that kind of thing, don't you?
Yes.
Yes. She's telling me not to film her anyway. So we're going to a different Cineworld than the one that I went to the last time. We're going to one closer to our house, and I tried to book the tickets online, but I'm really annoyed because the Cineworld app didn't work on my phone, and also the website didn't work. Just kept coming up with an error, which is really annoying because obviously it's Wednesday, so it might be busy, and it kind of defeats the purpose of being able to just book quickly like that. So hopefully we can get good seats, and we'll see you guys afterwards, and we'll let you know what we thought of the film. Driving to the cinema, dun dun. Driving in Mom's car. Hi guys, so I am home from the cinema now, a little bit later than I expected. It is now almost 5 minutes till 11. So that movie was on for I think around 2.5 hours, which I didn't realise before I went. I might not have went after a long day at work and the horse riding, but I'm really glad I did go. It was great. I can really see what people are talking about, with it being probably one of the best movies of the year so far. For me, there's not really been any massive kind of standout movies, but this one's definitely going to be a must buy for me. It was 2.5 hours long, which it was a long movie. You did feel it was quite long, but I think it's probably, as a book, it's probably quite complex, and I think that the writers and screenwriters and things probably didn't want to compromise on the kind of the intricacy and the quality of the story for the sake of time. So although it was 2.5 hours long, you know, it was really interesting. You weren't sitting there bored for the 2.5 hours. It kind of felt like a movie of two halves. The first half, well, I think maybe about half an hour, 45 minutes of the movie, the two main characters are introduced, Ben Affleck and Rosamund Pike, along with Ben Affleck's twin sister, and some of the police and things that get involved in the investigation. And I thought at first that a lot of it was kind of wooden. I think that's probably supposed to be the kind of feel that the audience gets, is that this couple are obviously a little bit dysfunctional. They don't kind of get along very well, they don't communicate very well, and that's kind of portrayed in their on-screen relationship and how the audience sees them. You feel like you don't really get to know them, like character-wise. You really kind of feel that everything's up in the air. You couldn't really judge like what might have happened based on their characters, which was really good. I'm not a massive fan of Ben Affleck as an actor. I think he's a little bit samey, a little bit interchangeable with, you know, anyone else. But I think he did do well in this role. I don't know how much that was helped by the fact that his character was supposed to be a bit of a closed book. There was a lot of kind of very dark humour in the movie, which was good, provided some kind of light relief. And once you got kind of past that half an hour, 45-minute mark, there was a massive plot twist, which I didn't really see coming. I don't want to spoil it for people, but I'm sure if you'd read the book, obviously you would know that that plot twist was coming, and maybe if you're a more savvy person than me, you would have seen it coming a mile off. But it completely changed the direction of the movie for me, and took it in a direction that was actually better than what I'd originally thought. Some really, really great acting from Rosamund Pike. She's fast becoming one of my favourite actresses at the moment. She's in a lot of things. And yeah, really kind of vivid characterisation of her character. There's a couple of scenes that in the movie that kind of make you cringe and look away, which is good. I was surprised that it was an 18 before I went in to see it, but after coming away I can understand why. The main theme overall that I took away from it is, you know, relationships are complicated, relationships between siblings, between people that are married or in a relationship together, and especially relationships, I suppose, between parents and children. You should always be aware of how you're kind of acting towards your children, I suppose, because it really could influence the way they'll turn out in later life. Another thing that I really liked about the movie was seeing Neil Patrick Harris in, you know, a role that's not Barney from How I Met Your Mother. It was a really good chance for him to kind of step outside his shell, because he's obviously been playing the same character for a lot of years now, and possibly there are some people out there that haven't really seen him in anything else, so don't really know his kind of acting repertoire, so it was really, really great to see him in a big role. So yeah, I would definitely recommend going to see Gone Girl if you haven't already. I took my mum with me and she loved it as well. The one comment that she did have was that during the first kind of opening scenes, the audio was a little hard to understand, not through kind of the volume of sound, but just through, you know, it was just difficult to understand what people were saying. But that soon cleared up, like within, you know, 5 minutes of the film starting. The trailers that we seen before the start of the movie, one was for The Push, which is, you know, the next kind of Tom Hardy movie that's coming up. It's the one that stars the girl from the movie, the girl with the dragon tattoo. Her name's escaping me at the moment, but it's the movie that we've seen all the still images for, with Tom cuddling his little puppy. So I really can't wait to see that. It looks like a bit of a kind of gritty action type movie. It's similar, I thought, in kind of feel to maybe the Drive movies, and Only God Forgives. So I'm excited to see that. It's not really the kind of movie I would normally go and see, but of course I'll have to see it because Tom Hardy's in it. There was a trailer for the Hugh Grant movie, The Rewrite, in which Hugh Grant, I suppose, is a failing writer, kind of takes a teaching job to pay the bills, fills his class with attractive young women, and I guess kind of learns about himself and learns that he's not as shallow as he thinks it is. It basically looks quite like your generic Hugh Grant movie, so I'm not really that interested to see that. There was one called The Imitation Game, which is the first time I've heard of this. It's starring Benedict Cumberbatch, and I believe it's about people trying to intercept kind of messages from Nazi Germany during the Second World War. I'm not completely sure, but that did look quite good as well. Not something that I would usually go and see, but I probably would just because he's in it, and obviously I really like him from Sherlock. And the last trailer that we seen was for Interstellar. with Matthew McConaughey and Anne Hathaway, I believe it was. Again, not really into space travel and things like that. I'm not sure if I'd see this one. The trailer did make it look good, but of course what trailer is going to make a film look bad? Matthew McConaughey is kind of enjoying a bit of a McConaughey-sence at the moment, and he seems to be taking a lot of kind of more serious roles, kind of moving away from his rom-com beginnings. So it would be interesting to see how he acts his character in that. So maybe one to see. Like I mentioned before we went in, I was really annoyed that the Cineworld app hadn't worked. I tried it on the PC as well, because I don't know if you guys know this, but Cineworld now have reinstated, you know, booking your seats. So you book the seats that you want to sit in. So I was trying to get us seats basically in the middle. And the app was just crashing, so we ended up, we had to go and buy our tickets there. But of course, once we get there and I hand over my unlimited card to the woman, she's saying, oh, have you already tried to book with your card? So then she has to get a manager over to cancel what's already on my card, and then she has to put it through again, which is just really annoying. And all the time, you know, more and more people are going into the movie that I want to see, and I end up getting like a rubbish seat in the far back left hand corner or something. So I wasn't really that happy about it. I mean, the seats were fine, but it's just a bit of an inconvenience really. And one more thing that I wanted to say, thanks everyone for, you know, hitting like and commenting on my last video and all the views and things. I've got a few more subscribers from it, which is really great, and I think that I'm going to do a competition / giveaway once I reach 100 subscribers. I'm not really sure what the prize is going to be yet, but I was thinking maybe a kind of Scottish themed movie pack, and it won't be like a difficult competition. It'll just be, you know, what is your favourite unicorn based film or something like that, something stupid. So hopefully, you know, that'll kind of say thank you to everyone that's, you know, subscribed so far and has shown me support. So, you know, looking forward to that. Let me know if you've seen Gone Girl and what you thought of it in the comments, or, you know, let me know what you've been watching at your cinema and what are your must-see films. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and has not waffled on too much. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye. With you know, so, you know, like the first